Hi, this is Mike with Culinary Craft Workshop, and this is part 4 of our special series for Mother's Day week, in which we are giving dads and kids some advice on types of things they can make for mom on Mother's Day. Today we're going to be making Asian salmon, which is quite easy to make. The kids can definitely help out making it. It has very few ingredients, and it's really tasty and actually very healthy. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to preheat the oven to 400 degrees. In order to make Asian salmon, you'll need the following items. You need center cut pieces of salmon fillet, depending on how many people you're making it for. So I've got 2 pieces here, which is enough for 3. But you can kind of buy as much as you think you need, but just make sure that the thick cut pieces from the center of the fish. As you see, I've already put them into a Pyrex dish with parchment paper inside so that you don't make a big mess. We're going to need a small bowl for mixing. We're going to need some maple syrup, some soy sauce. You can either use low sodium or regular, some ginger. I use the squeezed ginger, but you can also use powdered ginger, and some sesame seeds. You're going to want to have a teaspoon, a tablespoon, a small whisk or a fork, and then a brush for spreading the marinade on top of the salmon. So let's go ahead and get started. So the second thing we're going to do is make our marinade. We're going to start out with maple syrup, and we're going to use 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. Then we're going to use some soy sauce. We're going to use 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add our ginger. We're going to add 1 teaspoon of ginger. So, a little more. Okay. And then we're going to whisk it all together, like so. So it's basically a 2-to-1 maple syrup to soy sauce, because if you're making a bigger batch, you might need to make more. Okay, get it stirred well enough. And finally, we're going to spread the marinade on the salmon and do it very liberally. You want to put lots on there. In fact, I like lots. I'll just pour it on and spread it. So what I'll do a lot is I'll put some on, and then I'll actually take and I'll kind of punch some holes in the fish so that the flavor soaks in. So, and we're not really worried about mess because we've got the parchment paper in there. All right, so we got that nice and covered. And the last thing we're going to do is we're going to put our sesame seeds on. Again, you can use as much or as little of sesame seeds as you want. You don't even have to use sesame seeds if your kids won't eat it. You can also use the toasted black sesame seeds if you like those with this. Makes it look really cool, but my family, they're not really very popular. Okay, and then finally, we're going to put it in the oven. Bottom. And I'm going to cook it for 20 to 25 minutes at 400 degrees. Then we're going to check it and see how it's doing. So once we have the salmon in the oven, we're going to leave it in for about 20 to 25 minutes at 400 degrees. And then we're going to check it at about 20 minutes just to make sure that it doesn't get too dried out. If it should flake actually really easy if you put a fork into it and kind of try to spread it around. It should actually start to flake. If it's not doing that, it means it's not ready yet. And then you can put it in for another 5 minutes and check it. And then maybe another 5 minutes after that. It just depends how many pieces you're doing and how thick they are. Once they come out, you go ahead and plate it, and I'll show you how to do that next. Okay, so the fish has now been cooking for 25 minutes. I looked in at 20 minutes and it looked like it needed a little longer. And it's looking pretty much perfect right now. You're looking for that light pink color there. That's the color you're looking for. The last thing we want to do is we want to take the skin off the salmon. It's actually really easy. It actually comes right off. Just get our spatula in there. Normally I do this with 2 hands, so it's a little easier with 2 hands than this is 1, but it just comes right off, like so. That's the last piece off skin. It's fighting me. There it goes. Get that out of the way. So once the skin's off, it's ready to be plated. There are many different ways you can plate this dish. Tonight I've put it over some buttered rice with a side of peas. You can actually put it over any kind of rice you like, or if you want, you can even put it over mashed potatoes or quinoa or something like that. And then any vegetable you want on the side. And there's some Asian salmon, and it is really, really delicious and actually quite healthy. Enjoy. Stay safe.
Japanese, I think I'm turning Japanese, I really